Hello friends, welcome to EC Academy. In today's video, we'll understand how to analyze electrical networks using the matrix form of loop equations. So what are loop equations? In electrical networks, we often use Kirchhoff's voltage law to find currents in various parts of a circuit. Each closed path or loop gets its own equation describing how voltages add up around it. Before going to the topic, let us see some key definitions. First, let us understand the self-impedance of a loop. The self-impedance of a loop is the total impedance through which the current in the loop flows. The mutual impedance. The mutual impedance is the impedance shared by two loops affecting both loop currents. Now let us consider this network with three mesh or three loops as seen in this figure. Loop 1 contains Z1 and Z2. Loop 2 contains Z3 and Z4, and loop 3 consists of Z5. The source voltage is V1 in loop 1 and V2 in loop 3. Let the currents IA, IB and IC flow in loop 1, 2 and 3 respectively. Let us write KVL to each loop. Let us consider loop 1. So if we apply KVL for loop 1, it will be the voltage drop across Z1 is minus IA into Z1. Voltage drop across Z2 will be equal to minus of IA minus IB into Z2. Since the current is traversing from negative to positive, we can say there is a voltage rise across V1 that will be positive. So, if we apply KVL, we will get minus IA into Z1 minus of IA minus IB into Z2 plus V1 will be equal to 0. Now, let us send these terms towards right hand side. We can write the above equation as IA into Z1 plus IA minus IB into Z2, that will be equal to V1. Now, if we rearrange above equation with IA and IB terms, we will get Z1 plus Z2 into IA minus Z2 into IB, that will be equal to V1. Similarly, let us apply KVL to loop 2. So, if you apply KVL to loop 2, it will be minus Z3 IB minus Z4 into IB minus IC plus Z2 into IB minus IA will be equal to 0. If we rearrange above equation, it will be minus Z2 IA plus Z2 plus Z3 plus Z4 into IB minus Z4 IC will be equal to 0. Similarly, if we apply KVL to loop 3 and rearrange, we will get Z4 plus Z5 into IC minus Z4 IB will be equal to V2. So, we got these three equations. Now, let us put these equations in matrix form. The general matrix form can be given as Z into I will be equal to V. So, first we need to write the matrix for impedances, that should be multiplied with the loop current, that will be equal to the source voltages that are available in the circuit. So, let us write the matrix for impedance, and in the first row, let us write the IA term, IB term and IC term. So, in the first equation, the IA term is Z1 plus Z2. Then the second term is minus Z2, and we don't have IC term. So that's why we can write it as 0. Let us take the second equation. In the second equation, the first term is minus Z2, which is associated with IA, and the term with IB is Z2 plus Z3 plus Z4, and the term with IC is minus Z4. In third equation, we don't have IA term, that's why we'll write 0. The IB term is minus Z4. Along with IC, we have Z4 plus Z5. So this is the matrix for the impedances, that is multiplied by the loop current, which is IA, IB and IC. That will be equal to the source voltage V1, 0 and V2. So this matrix is the impedance matrix, and this is the column vector of loop currents, and this is the vector of source voltages. Now this matrix can be directly written by mere inspection of the given circuit. So this is the given network. So from this network, if we see, the self impedance of first loop is Z1 plus Z2. So that will be your first term in the matrix. The mutual impedance between loop 1 and loop 2 is Z2. So Z2 will be written along with a negative sign. And there is no mutual impedance between loop 1 and loop 3. That's why we have written it as 0. And in the second row, the first term is the mutual impedance between loop 1 and loop 2. So mutual impedance between loop 1 and loop 2 is Z2, and it is written with negative sign. Then the self impedance in loop 2 is Z2 plus Z3 plus Z4. So you can write that as second term in the matrix. And the mutual impedance between loop 2 and loop 3 is Z4, that can be written with a negative sign. So in the third row of the matrix, there is no mutual impedance between loop 1 and loop 3. That's why we have written that as 0. And the mutual impedance between loop 2 and loop 3 is Z4, that is written by a negative sign. And the self impedance in the loop 3 is Z4 plus Z5. So that is what we have written here. So this matrix can be directly written from the given circuit, and that is multiplied by the loop current, that will be equal to the source voltages that are in loop 1, loop 2 and loop 3. So here you need to remember each row of this matrix corresponds to one loop equation, and the diagonal elements are the self impedances in loop 1, loop 2 and loop 3. And off diagonal elements are negative mutual impedances common with each loop. Now let us consider an example and let us form a matrix for this given network. Now let us write the matrix for the given network in this standard form. Now the self impedance in first loop is 5 plus J5. Let us write that term, 5 plus J5. The mutual impedance between loop 1 and loop 2 is J5. So we can write that as minus J5. And there is no mutual impedance between loop 1 and loop 3. So we can write that as 0. Now the mutual impedance between loop 1 and loop 2 is minus J5. The self impedance in loop 2 is 2 plus 6, which is 8, plus J5 plus J3, which is J8. So it will be 8 plus J8. The mutual impedance between second loop and third loop is minus 6. So the mutual impedance between first loop and third loop is 0. So we'll write 0. The mutual impedance between second loop and third loop is minus 6. And the self impedance in third loop is 10. So this is the matrix for impedances that will be multiplied with the loop currents I1, I2 and I3. So that will be equal to the source voltage in first loop, which is 30 at an angle of 0 degree. Source voltage in second loop, we don't have any voltage source, so it will be 0. And the source voltage in third loop, which is minus 20 at an angle of 0 degree. Here we are taking minus 20 because the current I3 is traversing from positive to negative in the battery. So instead of applying KVL, we have written this matrix directly by observing the circuit. So we can use Cramer's rule to solve for loop current. From the above matrix, you can find the determinant network. So determinant network will be delta. Delta will be equal to the matrix that is written for the impedances. You can write the same matrix 5 plus J5 minus J5 0 minus J5 8 plus J8 minus 6 0 minus 6 and 10. If you solve this matrix, you will get 70 plus 620 J. To find I1, we can write these voltages in first column of this matrix and remaining two column will remain as it is. So we can write 30 at an angle of 0, then 0, then minus 20, then remaining two rows will remain as it is. So it will be minus J5, 8 plus J8, minus 6, then 0, minus 6 and 10. So this will be divided by delta. If you solve this, you will get the value as 3.104 minus 1.779 J. So this is the value for current I1. Similarly, you can find current I2 by considering the determinant matrix, and the second column of this determinant matrix will be replaced by the voltages. So you can write 5 plus J5 minus J5 0. So second column will be 30 0 minus 20 0 minus 6 10. So this will be divided by delta. So if you solve this, you will get 1.325 plus 1.117 J. So this is the value for I2. Similarly, we can write for I3. For I3, the third column will be replaced with this voltages value and remaining two columns will be as it is. So we can write 5 plus J5 minus J5 0 minus J5 8 plus J8 minus 6, and in the last column it will be 30 0 minus 20. This will be divided by delta. If you solve this, you will get minus 1.205 plus 0.670 J. So this is the value for third current. So as you can observe here, for the given network, we have not applied KVL. We have directly written the matrix. From this matrix, we have solved for I1, I2 and I3 directly. This is about matrix form of loop equations in network analysis. Hope you have understood the topic. Thank you.